but we actually have a game. So let's hop into this. It's going to be SaiDe against the Great Wall Human versus Night Elf. There we go. Let's hop into it.
Pog. All right, we'll see what the Great Wall has in store. He's an interesting player with all of his off races. I mean, it looked pretty standard, his Orc previously, but there was still some, some different details. An earlier expansion, earlier War Mill, a little bit more aggressive. We'll see if he has anything a little bit spicy with his human as well. But we know SaiDe oh so well, and he was playing extremely well against Vortex. Vortex maybe just outclassing him a bit towards the tail end of that series. But if he continues his form from Northern Isles against Vortex, then gonna be no surprises there. And he knows what race he's up against, so there's gonna be no surprises with that either for SaiDe this time around.
Keeper first for SaiDe, Archmage standard for the Great Wall. And yeah, this Keeper, I mean, obviously there's a lot of variations here. You can go for straight hero focus against human. You can go for that Keeper Naga or Keeper Demon Naga? Keeper Naga Potom? There's so many variations.
Yeah.
So we'll see what SaiDe wants to go into, but yeah, interesting choice for the human, and we'll see how the Great Wall wants to shape the series. Obviously, he chose to main race human, so he's got a game plan in mind.
He chose this.
He chose the Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Dude, Dark Magician, man. Dope,
Yeah.
Dope stuff. I miss Yu-Gi-Oh. I want to watch
I
that
summon
TV show, I don't
Time
know why.
Wizard. You know that,
So
that Australian Joey or whatever?
Yeah, I only remember, like, the first couple episodes are on, like, a boat, right? They're on, like, a cruise ship. That's all I remember from that TV show when I watched it when I was a kid.
Yeah, and then like you can merge them, and they like it started merging, so you can go like, I morph Time Wizard with Thousand Dragon to make the 1000
Way
timed
overcomplicated.
Wizard.
Yeah, way overcomplicated.
And you're like,
Just
wait,
way
what?
over the top. Yeah.
Yeah. I turned back the time. Yeah, it's like, oh god, what is this? Can I get that card, Mom? And then yeah, Mom, new card. Yeah.
Way overpriced, too.
Do you want to know the best name for a card store? We had a card store where I'm from. Do you want to know the name of it? It's closed down now, but it used to be called Phoenix Rising. That's where you went to get cards. How dope is that?
Sounds like a team name.
It's a very it's a very cliched esports team name.
Yeah.
But for a card store, it was pretty dope, man.
It sounds like a Chinese team.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like Counter-Strike, or like Overwatch, like a Chinese Overwatch team.
Exactly, yeah. But as a card store, when you're like 6 years old, man, that was the coolest place ever. And there was a mini arcade in there. It was amazing. Yep. This is a really big commitment. The Great Wall actually pulling the boys to try to hold this. Keeper putting on some pressure, but he's not going to commit to this SaiDe with a very good patience, actually bringing some wisps across too. He's got 3 wisps, Carson. This is a big commitment over here.
Well, there's a 4th farm, and we know what that means. Look at all the militia being called. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can count to 10. I can count to 10.
A big bulk of this is going to be that water elemental. Actually, the Great Wall actually using a lot of those water elementals essentially
defend.
He does?
Yes,
oh my god, he has defend already?
Jesus, a little bit late expo, but honestly only 1 dot late. His lumber and his gold is good as well, so honestly, with all this commitment into not taking too much damage with the defend, with the 10 militia being called, with delaying a bit, it's not that delayed overall.
Ooh, the water elemental gets dispelled. Now there's going to be a bunch of damage going on that.
Archmage got it.
Oh, wow. He got all the experience, it seems.
Yeah, a lot of peasants potentially going to follow. A couple of footmen are reinforcing. But it seems as though a decently clean expansion for the Great Wall.
A player's forces are under attack.
Okay, there's a lot of archers here. Actually, SaiDe committing to all 5, and he's going to be entangling. The defend is super annoying, and actually, SaiDe going to back off. And the Great Wall held a lot easier than I thought, and that's without water elementals. He only had 1 water elemental for that creep.
Yeah. And there's a lot of wisps there as well. There was a decent number of archers, level 2 keeper with lots of mana. And yeah, a lot of peasants got low. Like if you look in the main base, 1, 2, 3, 4 peasants on, killable HP, but none of them died. And that's what makes the difference now for the lumber of the Great Wall, who's looking to be in good shape despite that early defend. And you know what? Because he has that defense so early, he can go into the main base as whenever he wants. Ideally, when he gets level 3, which he will right now, then he can march across the map and really start to pressure these archers. And this expansion is going to be safe for a long while.
Panda. I got broads in Atlanta. Okay, the panda's going to be coming down. And no tower yet, Carson.
Forces are under
Yeah.
attack.
A lot of archers still, Carson. Keeper staffing in, Carson. This could be
Yep.
very scary. Very
Yaz
hairy.
loved that song. He loved that song.
Who
When
did?
he used to stream. Yaz loved that song.
Oh, you like Panda?
Yeah, he loved that.
A really garbage song.
I like it.
Oh, really? You do?
I think it's a bang.
You like that song, dude? You give me so much crap about the music. You like that one?
It's a
Get
banger.
outta
You
here,
gotta,
dude.
you gotta respect bangers, dude.
Get out of here, dude.
There's
Designer.
a difference. If you don't know the difference, between garbage and banger that you gotta respect, you don't know what you're talking about, brother. The arch is being pressured, but the keeper of the grove is very, very good. But where's the damage follow up? The panda gonna have a breath of fire. Where's the shop as well being built in the back? And the tech is going to come up. That just now started. The tech, the tree of ages, is already finished being scouted. Actually, very unorthodox scout calling a militia to scout the main base is Great Wall. And staffing to the peasant. Oh my god, what a timing! He can cancel the second lore.
This is a huge play. Deado. No Deado on the Wisp either. Gets the Wisp as well. Huge cancel. And I gotta say, SaiDe is just kind of like... I thought he was supposed to be attacking the expansion.
And not really dealing much damage to that expansion. And the farm being power built. The scout, a potential counter expansion as well. And here comes the pressure. Just need to keep building footmen, keep sticking around SaiDe's base, and Great Wall is going to be safe for a long, long time.
Ooh, Panda taking a lot of damage trying to... Dude, the defend on footman is so good. Maybe they should nerf that.
What,
Should it be that strong against range? Like, should it
Defend?
essentially... Yeah.
It was nerfed a couple times.
Oh, really? It used to be better than that?
It used to be bugged, so it was stronger. It was bugged for like 10 years.
Bugged how?
Not necessarily bugged, just the numbers weren't accurate to what it actually was that is set
Oh.
on the tooltip. So they made it accurate.
Players' forces are under attack.
Right? Shop being canceled again. You know what that means? No mountain giants. Level 3 on the keeper. A lot of footmen being sacrificed, but the panda still only 1.2. So the experience that's being given by the footmen, not that big of a deal thus far. And you know what? A lot of time has been bought. A second barracks coming up, attack upgrades. So it's going to be just mass footmen into knight priest probably in the future.
Okay, Panda can be creeping this up. Fast level 2 could be a potion of greater mana. That would be probably the nuts. Actually, with the damage he's taking, greater heal would also be pretty good. Keeper coming across being aggressive. By the way, whatever you DM me, I totally forgot about.
Oh, that's all right.
I asked
No
him
one,
anyway.
no one mentioned anything. We can do a double header after. All right, Panda getting close to level 3, but still going to have to go somewhere out of his way to get it. And that will delay the timing even more. The keeper has been picking off a lot of footmen this game, but he is now tier 3 tech as well. The second barracks is finishing, so if the Great Wall needs footmen, look no further. He's got 2 barracks now, but still needs an Arcane Sanctum. Looks as though he's going to maybe start building one of his expansion right now.
Players' forces are under
Oh, his
attack.
lumber is so low, actually. He can't.
is under
Oh, and the main base is exposed. Get your raincoat on, Rick. Exposed. Alright, Alchemist second for the Great Wall. Again, there's no Dispel even being attempted to be upgraded, and Entangle's going to pick apart not just the footman, but it looks as though the Alchemist. There's a lot of units here now for SaiDe, but it's just footman, and all the Great Wall is doing is buying lots of time.
He still needs that upgrade. He still needs that master upgrade. There's a lot of archers still. These are the original archers from the start. So, I mean, the Great Wall, yeah, he's buying a lot of time for his expansion, but not getting that much damage on. Okay, finally starting to get some dryads. I gotta say, I'm very impressed with the Great Wall actually wedging SaiDe all the way into his base.
Yeah, I can staff the Archmage out now, and that's enough time being bought. But I'm still questioning the Alchemist choice, because, he was able to buy enough time, even without that, sort of tempo second hero. He could have gone for a Mountain King still. Could have gone for, maybe even a Naga would have been better, but he did want an Alchemist. He just needs lumber, though. His lumber is absolutely awful. He's finally getting an Arcane Sanctum, but still Bad lumber. How much does he have? He's only got 9 on lumber, I think, right now. He's only got 9 in total. 10 in total, which is close to enough with the upgrade, but he's building some more.
Okay, does SaiDe want to creep this red? Does SaiDe want to creep the red, Dr. Seuss said.
Possibly. I think it wouldn't be a bad choice. It's Panda 3 he needs.
Yeah, the Alchemist is kind of weird. I feel like was that maybe an overreaction, or like he feels like he needed to get a second hero because Mountain King probably would have scaled a lot better against the Night Elf, but oh wow, SaiDe just running right into the main base. Breath of Fire. Some of these peasants, there's no towers here either, so SaiDe could keep doing this, and actually the Treant's going to get full value.
Blood Mage 3rd as well, so it's going to be just, dealing with this Panda, the hero composition of the Great Wall, which isn't a bad choice, but he does need to get levels. They both do, in fact, and maybe close off that main base should the Great Wall. Going into Knights now, so yeah, just Knight Priests. So he's countering the Keeper with the army composition, going for lots of Priests, lots of Knights on the ground, and he's countering the Panda with the hero composition. That Alchemist with that Blood Mage, but he's got to hold on. Oh, Panda level 3, but not much mana at all. Not even a Breath of Fire currently. So the Great Wall will be able to hold on.
Yeah, SaiDe's keeping the pressure on right now. We're just seeing the first Knight pump. Oh, okay, never mind. Third Knight pump out. Oh, he needs casters, though. He's kind of just, like, got melee. He's got nothing, no buffer, nothing behind this. And the Alchemist ran dry out of mana. So I don't know, like, the Great Wall's kind of, like, just constantly going back and forth. I don't think he can actually commit to a fight.
Dispel and the Treants that are now in the main base, Shades of Moon, just constantly sending the Treants in there. The Blood Mage is going to help out a little bit. Is there enough to hold, though? The Treants are still putting in work in the main base. It's so hard to deal with. And the Keeper out of mana now. I'm really surprised. Okay, SaiDe, he hasn't counter-expand, but he's going into Chimeras with you. And there's not a lot of lumber to transition into any sort of workshop tech.
The Blood Mage! Oh, it does go down. I thought he was going to be able to save it. I was like, are you kidding me? But level 4 on the Keeper now. More Treants coming in. There is Dispel now with these Priests, but they are low on mana, and this is just a really scrappy fight. Knights trying to get, so actually 3 Knights focusing Treants. They should probably be on the Bears.
Alright, the Great Wall seems to be holding on. SaiDe still has maybe arguably the stronger army, but starting to drop low. Maybe he's got to go back to the fountain. He's waiting on his first Chimera that has not been scouted. And this could be a game-winning unit, because where's the anti-air? Water Elementals and Alchemist? I don't think those are going to cut it. So maybe this Chimera is all that SaiDe needs, but he's still down a base.
Look at the problem with this composition, though. There's no way for the Great Wall to lock in these units. He'd love to kill that Panda with a bolt. Love to get these Bears with a bolt, maybe a clap, but there's no way to actually lock in units, so he has to just give and chase and take these long-winded fights. But the first Chimera is out, and right away, the Great Wall going to start focusing him, but this is going to do a lot of damage to this just Knights on the field. I mean, they get kind of hard countered. There's not that much DPS to actually take down this Chimera, and they're a staff on it, staff on cooldown. But this Chimera is going to do a lot of damage before it ever becomes dealt with. Look at already, all the Knights backing off.
There's no anti-air being built. Town portal out. There's not even a workshop being built. The lumber is there. Maybe a Griffin Aviary would be the right choice here, just for more immediate anti-air. But honestly, the Panda's going to counter any flying machines. The Dryads are going to counter any sort of Dragonhawks. Okay, that's immediate, I suppose, and they're good against the Dryads as well. I suppose it's not a terrible choice from the Great Wall. He's got 2 barracks as well, so maybe that's a good choice. Just get a couple long-range rifles to deal with the Chimeras.
He's got a workshop as well. That might be for mortar teams. It might be for flying machines if the rifles don't end up working out. But this much commitment to rifles, you'd think it's going to be actually mortar teams behind this. Oh, the Chimera dies to creeps. No, SaiDe!
It died to creeps?
It died to the red camp!
Oh my god.
Well, he just lost the Chimera!
At least it forced a big reaction. Flying machines, what, 4 rifles out with long range now? Even more than that. So it did force quite a big reaction despite dying to creeps, and honestly, it probably would have died to this army anyway now from the Great Wall.
Wow, you really just gave him a lot of credit for that one. That was
a big deal.
That was a blunder and a half. You sold it. Like one of those stockbrokers. It's going up to 60 cents, I swear. You're no better than the crypto guys.
Oh, God. They're the worst.
All right, fight coming in, and actually, SaiDe's just trying to main him, but there's so many peasants here for the heal, and actually the healing spray comes in on the peasants, and he's just gonna dive for it, but is he gonna lose too much? The knights aren't getting good surface area on these bears, though.
It's dead, Ricky. I think it's dead. And look at the lumber. This expansion is dead. The town portal's coming out. A couple of units are gonna die, but this might be well worth it. Banish, trying to save it, but nope. Staff out, town portal out. How many units died? 2 dryads and a bear for that? Oh, and 2 bears. 2 dryads, 2 bears, I think.
72 supply human versus 48 though, Carson, and that Chimera being killed was definitely a problem.
Yeah.
The army for SaiDe is not big right now. He does have a bank to come back, but he doesn't have an expansion, Carson. The Great Wall's sitting at 72 supply. Yeah, he's supply blocked a bit because he lost that main, but his army can still fight despite not mining anymore on 2 bases. So now it comes down to one. Yeah, so now it comes down to 1 base versus 1 base, which is just, it's got to be in the Great Wall's favor. Oh, Warsong battle drums. Are you kidding me?
Oh, get out of here with that. All right. And
you
yeah,
pick
there's
it up?
enough rifles now to deal with the Chimeras. Even if there's 2 or 3, the Tri-Hero, the rifles, the couple of flying machines, well more than what the Great Wall needs. 1 heal scroll might be forced. The Archmage is exposed, right? There's no town portal, so you got to be careful. There's no staff either. Heal scrolls used. Entangle again. That's really what SaiDe has to do now. He's got to go for that hero focus, and it wasn't effective there.
Oh, SaiDe on the back foot now. No more money to really come back from this. 50. He's got a bank, but you can't fight at 50. So 72. If the Great Wall pushes the tempo right now, this is game over. I mean, there's no way that SaiDe can hold this. Yeah, there's no way. Knights are 2-1 with inner fire. They're just so strong. And Teo goes in on one.
Mountain Giants? Why is he going for Mountain Giants?
Try it out.
That's weird.
Maybe he feels like the bulk of his damage is in that keeper with the orb. I'm not sure. Level 5 on that keeper, though. Constantly banished, but he has no mana. Might have to buy a mana pot at the shop, but he has no money either. Just such a problem. But the Great Wall kind of diving in, and a bunch of these knights getting segregated, and that's allowing the heroes to really take them down. A couple of the bears on, like, just barely any health.
Yeah, the Mountain Giant comes out. The rifles were kind of attacking some Moonwells with the Archmage before when the bears were overcommitting. Now the Blood Mage taking a lot of damage. Could be a mana pop, but it will be on cooldown for that Panda who just used one previously. Blood Mage level 3, taking a decent amount of damage, but he's going to get out. The Mountain Giant's going to fall. I just don't know if there's enough stuff, and there's no gold either for SaiDe.
Oh, and SaiDe loses that Mountain Giant as soon as it pops out, too. Only rifle casters remaining. The Great Wall doing SaiDe doing a great job of getting rid of those knights. And now a Chimera comes out of nowhere, and it's going to be attacking the casters. Are you kidding me? Does SaiDe actually hold this? 25 supply in a dream, 56, but it's all in rifle caster. And these rifles are getting attacked by everything. Oh, the Dispel and the Banish as well. The Chimera going to continue to potch up, but now it goes down. And now you're just basically heroes. I don't know if this is going to work out. I think the Rifle Caster army is still too big.
And the Alchemist constantly has heal sprays. Could have even used more probably throughout this game. Wasn't with that aura as well, level 2 now. With that Blood Mage as well. Could have been spamming those the whole time. One bear is going to come out for a rejuve on one of these low units or heroes. But there's just no mana, there's no units, there's no damage, and the Rifle Caster army is all that's left. But that's all it seems the Great Wall needs, who has re-expanded now to the bottom as well.
Yeah, rejuve on the Panda, but there's no more Dispel, just rifles on 0-0 rifles. 2 more knights getting rallied in, and did he rebuild that expansion? He did rebuild that expansion. The Great Wall back mining off of 2 base. The main base probably running dry, though. 1100, he's still got a lot of bank left, and I think the Great Wall is just going to start powering through now. 65 supply SaiDe, trying to build up just, you know, a semblance of 50 food, but he's not going to be able to get there. Meanwhile, the Great Wall powering through 70 supply. Great human play from the Great Wall. GG well played. The Great Wall goes up 1-0 in this rematch.
Another upset 1-0 at the start of the series. We'll see if the Great Wall can capitalize when SaiDe could not against Vortex, but that's a really great start. And his human looked clean, looked standard like that. There was nothing too wacky there. Like you expect to see that from the Great Wall. A little bit of weird plays, but totally standard from him and very well played indeed.
And, you know, a lot of people were wondering, you know, the Great Wall, is he the weakest one in this round of 16? But, I mean, knocking out SaiDe to go into the round of 8, that's what we're looking at right now. So this could be a really big upset. We'll change the... Let's go like this.
Change it up.
You singing?
Yep. Hallelujah.
Dude, I don't know what's going on, man. Do you think we're overworked? You think that's what's going on?
What?
Think we're overworked? You've had like 17 cups of coffee today.
I haven't showered in 3 days. That's what's going on.
Taking a page out of my book or what?
Yeah. I gotta shave too. I gotta shave real bad.
You do have the V for Vendetta thing going on. You got the chin. You got the.
I'm gonna clean up for tomorrow, I promise. Because we cast at 5 p.m. my time tomorrow, so I got plenty of time when I get up. You know, get cleaned up.
You gonna run that one, or do you want me to after work? Because I get home at 4 p.m. your time.
Well, I was gonna do it. It's up to you, bro. You
yeah,
wanna do it?
Yeah,
go ahead.
No, I think you should do it. I think that'd be cool.
Right,
do I have a stain on my shirt? No, that's just something on my screen.
All right, here we go.
No stains.
Last refuge is map 2. Pings are good. Players are good. We are good.
Yeah, we're good, baby. Okay, hop into game number 2 on
Last refuge.
Last refuge. Game number 2 on Last Refuge, SaiDe against the Great Wall. Oh. We're good.
Yeah, can the Great Wall get 2 quick ones? Because he's getting there in the perfect line through Last Refuge. Maybe going to make it out of here. Crisp and clean with the human off race. Will he continue that streak if he makes it out of this group to the top 8 with human? Because the random didn't look too great against Seb, but now the human is looking crispy clean. So we'll have to wait and see, Ricky.
Yeah, SaiDe going to go for that keeper again. What screwed him over that last game? Lack of expansion?
Yeah, probably not expanding behind that pressure that he had. It's not that big of an investment, right? It's a little more than a bear, 80 more gold than a bear. So, you cut 1 bear, you cut what? Let's give the bear 1 extra supply for that 80 gold. 5 supply. You cut away 5 supply from your army, get an expansion. You have a way of coming back if it doesn't go your way, but he just never had any gold. He never had the supply advantage. He never even had the hero levels. Maybe the panda not the right choice on Concealed Hill either, because we just saw how difficult it was to creep that panda second up. Maybe Naga better. Naga Firelord, triple orb.
Archmage.
Urkameju. Expansion again, you thinking, what's up with this farm? What's up with you lately? The Great Wall? This is unorthodox.
Yeah, that's normally... Was that supposed to be a tower, but then you just said, screw it?
Maybe.
Let it go.
Let it go, let it go. Here I am. Alright, Wisp there to block the footman, and this is why people bring that worker to the mercenary camp.
I think the Great Wall's still going to get away with this. Okay, the Rock Golem wasn't pulled as much as he would have liked, but...
It's still not bouldering, though. It's still not slowing the Mud Golem, so yeah, this is still a success. Nicely done from the Great Wall.
Very nice. And that's a big camp, too. And SaiDe, noticing that right away, okay, you're going to have quick level 2, 2 quick ones, and then probably going to go for that expansion. Actually,
it's probably going to go for the perfect line.
No, actually, building the 4th farm at the Merc camp, this could still be an expansion play.
Yeah, could be. A little bit less telegraphed when you do it at the Merc camp, because it's like, ooh, maybe I'm just putting it there to buy mercenaries and then go late tier 2, but probably going to be an expansion knowing the Great Wall.
Yeah, he's continuing to build peasants as well, so this is certainly,
yeah,
most certainly, and Devotional are a great item to have in the early game.
Oh yeah, it's so good, so good. The Wisp is going to scout all. He's going to see that 4th farm set with that Wisp. Peasants are still being produced. A couple of low ones, but he didn't lose any of the creeps. He's going to creep up another camp. The footmen are still decent health. He's got the priest as well to heal up any missing health. Gets claws, also a really great item, and the militia are being called. 5 of them, in fact. The expansion will be attempted for the Great Wall yet again, but the expansion, I imagine, will be put down pretty soon for SaiDe as well.
Yeah, SaiDe all the way on the other side of the map, so this camp should go to the Great Wall no problem. He actually gets an added Berserker with this as well. Militia timing kind of running out, so you kind of want to be doing the attacky right now.
Level 3. Claws. Oh, these items are insane, Ricky. These items are ridiculous. Is he gonna get early defend again? I don't know if he has it yet, but wow, when he gets defend, he's got a couple of mercenaries. The pressure coming towards SaiDe is going to be tremendous from the Great Wall. And SaiDe actually just lost an archer to creeps. It's not what you need. He also has pretty good items himself, but here comes the Great Wall. Or is he gonna keep creeping? I imagine pressure's probably the right play here for the Great Wall. Man, gifting a sub to Fearside 5, or is continuing the gift sub they got from Fearside 5. I appreciate the continuation, and Todd hosts us with the 395.
Oh hell yeah! There we go, Todd.
Todd the bod. Todd the bod.
Todd the bod, man, and he's got a very, very long figure. Like he's like 6'3".
He's like 6'8".
Yeah, he's tall,
like,
dude. I didn't know he was that tall, but he's
expansion.
Tall as shit.
Down.
All right.
He's tall. He's a tall boy.
He's very, very, very tall.
That's why they call him Todd the Rod, as well, as we would point it out in the previous casts.
Yes, Todd the Rod. Yeah. Went out with a girl.
That's never gonna get old.
went out with a girl the other day, and she was like, I was like, yeah, you know, Todd. I cast with Todd sometimes. She's like, oh, Todd the Rod, and I was like, how did you know that? And she's like, well, everyone knows about Todd's Rod, and I was like, oh,
yeah.
what?
Yeah.
So there you go. There's that.
There's that. Coming soon to our Back to Warcraft OnlyFans. Exclusively on our Patreon.
Yeah, Todd the Rod, the show.
What's the show about? You'll have to find out.
You're going to have to find out on Patreon. That's a miss advertising. Todd's Rod will not be on the Patreon.
Not yet, at least, but some convincing, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Right, expansion was canceled once for SaiDe, but is going to be re-expanded, but it is safe and cozy in his bed, the expansion of the Great Wall currently, who's probably going to tech pretty soon. A little bit lacking in the gold department, and his lumber wasn't the greatest last game. This is a lot of pressure. Oh my god, look at how many treants there are. And there's even more mana on this Keeper of the Grove.
And level 4 now, but the key for SaiDe is that he's got that expansion behind this. Actually, a footy going to be able to scout this, and I don't know if SaiDe can react in time. So this footy could do a lot of damage to that expansion. I don't know if it's going to cancel it, but definitely annoying. But this is a tremendous amount of pressure, and there's really no dispel. The priests are completely out of mana, and they have to heal up the Archmage. So look at 3 more treants come in. This is a lot of damage. There's only an arcane here. I feel like SaiDe can actually break this.
There's soon to be more mercenaries spawning, though. The Mauler, the second Berserker, and the Mud Golem are going to be spawning in about 10 seconds. 20 seconds, rather. So maybe, can the Great Wall hold on until those mercenaries spawn? He's soon going to have another Water Elemental, and the Archmage, of course, poking in the back is doing so much damage. The Archmage itself just soloing this army, honestly.
Pretty strong. This footy still being aggressive, but actually the AOW going to be attacking that footy. So nice adaptation from SaiDe. Going to be able to hold that footman, because right now he wants to keep this pressure on at the main the expansion.
The Archmage is just running across the map to cancel that expansion with the damage that footman put on it earlier, and it's going to be canceled.
Wow. Oh, it's going to be so close to finishing, too.
Oh,
you don't want this to finish. Okay, yeah, nice.
Wow. The mercenaries were purchased for the Great Wall as well. No Ogre Mauler unless he already lost it. I don't think he did. But yeah, you got the Mud Golem, you got the second Berserker, and the Mud Golem is getting a couple slows off. Unfortunately dies. But I feel like he did do his job. Maybe going to secure the Great Wall. An Archer kill in the future. The shop is coming up as well. The tier 2 tech on the way. 2 barracks again for the Great Wall. And we're looking at a pretty similar game where the Great Wall's on 2 base, going 2 barracks, and SaiDe stuck on 1.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yoan's bone. Yoan's bone.
Yoan's bone, yeah.
You got to pronounce it differently, though. You got to say Yoan.
Yeah, Yoan's bone.
Yeah.
Todd's Rod is so good, dude. That's so funny, man. Your girlfriend's enjoying the commentary? That's good, man. I was going to say we're enjoying your girl. Alright. I have no friends, man. Alright.
Just take the compliment, Ricky. Yeah, you just
I
insult
know.
the guy.
I am so sorry. I'm so sorry, Thirst Daddy.
The Berserker fell. The footmen are falling, but we saw lots of footmen fall last game. At least 14, 15, 16 footmen fell. Clarity in the back is going to help this Archmage attack, and especially with those claws. You know, he's gonna be doing a lot of damage, right?
Such a scrappy push that SaiDe's going through, and without the expansion, he's falling into the same pattern of the Great Wall being able to hold, and then there's no actual economic lead that SaiDe can fall back on.
Yep.
So that cancel from the Archmage, beautiful play. And I gotta say, this Devotion Aura is such a key to the Great Wall's like hold here, man. This added armor.
Dryad.
Everything just seems to be living longer, you know? Forehead.
The Archmage is such a beast. These double claws, dude. This game would not be the same without these items. Like you're talking about, the Devotion Aura, also the claws. It's so good. And the tier 3s coming in, the Arcane Sanctum's being power built, lots of footmen coming out, and I just feel like we're looking at a 2-0.
Yeah, SaiDe doesn't really have an answer for this, and this is... Oh, the Naga getting really low. Got to pass the TP.
Wow.
SaiDe's struggling, and now we see the Mountain King, that lock-in
God.
mechanic with the bolt. The Great Wall's kind of destroying.
Yeah, I think we're looking at a 2-0, which I did not expect. I did not expect that at all. This is like SaiDe not getting into the top 8 out of this group. Could you? The Great Wall might make it out.
The biggest dark horse play, and I said this yesterday, that he's going to try to dark horse his way through, and having problems with SaiDe in the first series going random, but then deciding, you know what, I could probably beat him with my human. And look at this, man. And what a player, by the way. He could play all races, and then he actually decides what race I could beat him with.
Yeah, for sure, and it's working out perfectly. Like, he made the right call. I mean, his meat wagon disappeared too, don't forget today.
Yeah, that too. He's had a rough start.
Oh. Alright, but yeah, I just don't see a way back in, honestly, for SaiDe in this game. He's starting to get bears, but the tier 3 is going to be kicking in soon for the Great Wall, who's banking now. He can creep up his Mountain King. He's going to get his Tri-Hero. The Naga's level 3. Like, the heroes are good. Maybe hero focus will be the way for SaiDe. Because the supplies aren't too uneven, right? But it's just, again, one base against 2 the entire time.
SaiDe trying to get into the main base, trying to do more damage, but there is an Arcane here now. But these Treants could still do some damage here.
Barracks. Not really the nail in the coffin if that barracks dies, but you got to attack something, or you're attacking nothing. A lot of mercs. Look how many mercs there are. This is a little bit unnecessary, but I suppose if you got the gold, break upkeep with it, hold.
The Dryad Dispels are huge. The Water Elemental is instantly deleted. This is still tough, though. And actually, I'm surprised that... Oh, Pit Lord third? I'm surprised that SaiDe has been able to just come back from this. Because he just seems like he's been taking so much damage, and there's no expansion behind this like we brought up so many times. Militia. I don't know if you want to be fighting into this set. I think you got to back off.
Rain of Fire? What did he go on the Pit Lord? I would love to see him.
Cleave.
Imagine a Rain of Fire. Okay, Cleave is decent, but get him on top of those low HP units. Interesting to go Cleave. Doesn't have any claws. Imagine if he had double claws or something right now. That would be great.
Oh, this bear's going to actually live. Are you kidding?
All right, a nice fight there from SaiDe, but he's going to need like a bunch of those in a row because, again, there's 2 base against 1. Fork Lightning, level 3 Naga. This is a composition, a hero composition we can get triple orbs with, but there's not a single orb yet. I even like when Night Elves build 2 shops to get double orb, by the way. That's
everything's
how good
getting low. This Cleave powering through. Everything's getting really low. Rejuve on the Pit Lord. Is there any Dispel? Oh, Staff on the Pit Lord as well. SaiDe is kiting like a madman right now, but again, it's 66 supply, and now the Great Wall starting to bring in Knights, starting to bring in that tier 3 that he's been waiting so long for. Off of Try here with the Paladin coming in as well. A little AFK right now, but maybe he's just on Holy Light mode. But is he going to be on Holy Light in time? The Mountain King! Mountain King goes down. Is there a Staff? Oh, the Pit Lord. Pit Lord's got Orb as well.
Yeah, Pit Lord's got Orb. But yeah, the Holy Light's gonna be funny to nuke that Pit Lord now. But honestly, you would love if the Great Wall used Holy Lights on that Pit Lord. You just staff it out. One Knight caught out of position. There's no Entangle though, but the Dryads are gonna slow. Oh, there's gonna be an Entangle in about 10 seconds. So maybe the Great Wall's gonna have to respect this, and he does indeed. 66 against 50 supplies. Their Chimeras. There's 1 Roost coming up for SaiDe, but we've seen this before.
Pit Lord is so tanky, man. Potion of Greater Mana as well on this Pit Lord. And a Potion of Greater Healing? Where'd you get that one from?
From the other shop, maybe.
Dang, SaiDe's holding this. And right now, the Great Wall, like, yeah, he's got a huge army, but he's pretty broke. So, like, if SaiDe keeps taking these fights, but everything's so low, I don't know if you could keep committing like this. Look at...
Well, there's so much supply in mercenaries still, though, right? Like, you imagine all those priests die, the amount of experience it's going to give to this tri-hero. If this Pit Lord gets to level 3... Is there 2 orbs now, or just 1? Just 1 still, but soon enough, this orb is going to be off cooldown from the shop of SaiDe. And I say again, that second orb is very important for the Night Elf. But again, expand. I think he could invest the gold he has in surplus. Instead of breaking, go for an expansion and break just 20 seconds later. Really, I feel like that's a necessary thing.
Token Chimroost as well for Chimeras. Yeah. I don't think he has enough money for it right now, but could be a huge factor as well. But, I mean, now the Great Wall's creeping up everything. Where's that Mountain King? Mountain King's still dead?
No, he's here.
Oh, he's in the fight? Okay, I see him. Here, I see him.
Bit of cunning. That Archmage going to have even more damage now. Oh, he's Halater. I was like, why is he +4? Halater, of course, coming into play. And a town portal out. Okay, SaiDe, can you find some creeping in the meantime or find a counter expansion in the meantime? What can you do to come back into this game? He's banking, Ricky. He's banking.
There's so many creeps left on this map, though. Like, most of these heroes have been leveled up from the fights. There's still a red camp. There's still the gnolls. There's still the both oranges in the corners. The turtle
labs.
Both labs. There's so many creep camps.
And this Pit Lord, if he's able to get some items, he can carry against this composition. If the Pit Lord gets a couple claws, gets level 2 cleave, he really can put in work. This Pit Lord is a complete beast against this army composition. He's got to be attacking, though. The Pit Lord should not be the unit running around right now. It's the only unit not attacking. There you go. But now he gets 1 attack in. Got to attack with this guy.
SaiDe with the staff, but he's going to lose 2 bears in the process. Yeah, not a good positioning. Not a good fight at all from SaiDe. And that was, you know, 64 supply against 71. That was a pretty close army composition. Now, not so much. 58, he's going to have to back up the Pit Lord again, getting tanked. You don't want to force that health pot, and he uses it on the runaway. Mountain King getting tanked again. There's no mana on this Paladin. There's no mana on this Paladin.
Yeah, maybe hero kills are the way. These mercenaries are still alive. These triple priests in the back. It just shows how resilient the Great Wall's been throughout these engagements. But still, somehow, yeah, 63 supply for SaiDe, who's going into that first Chimera. Using the staff effectively and kiting very well. Oh, he's going into a second Chimera, rather.
The Chimera's diving in, though, and the flying machines are going to be all over this thing. I don't think the Chimera's going to get any value. Trying to continue to right-click, and actually with the Pit Lord, you do get a lot of damage, but there goes the Chimera really quickly. A bolt could come on this Pit Lord, but actually... Oh, staff.
Always.
Now
Always
it's just
staff.
Now it's just casters. The Pit Lord definitely in trouble, needs to run away. A double staff on the Pit Lord as well. Or sorry, just the staff on the Pit Lord. The first staff was the human. But, like, this is so scrappy. And now SaiDe's getting pushed back to his main base. 75 supply for the Great Wall. He's just trading so well. These flying machines are going to make sure no more Chimeras come out. In fact, he still pumped another one out. He needs to get these flying machines out of the way then.
Yeah, he definitely does. He needs to focus them down. And what he also needs to do, get a second orb. Oh, he does have a second orb. Very, very important on this Naga as well. We're going to see, I feel like the tables turn. And you know what? All SaiDe has to do is hold on a little while longer because then the mains are out. Needs Nature's Blessing first, but then it's going to be back to one base if the Great Wall doesn't expand at one of the red camps. We could be seeing a later game here.
Yeah, with the Great Wall, we always see very, very late games. This Chimera trying to get in a better position. The slow is still so good. Okay, now the flying machine's diving forward. I think you kind of want to get rid of them. Now's your chance. Now that they're out of position. Sacks a bear. Okay, no, he's going to staff it home, but there's still no focus on the flying machines.
Yeah, he's got to just try to poke them apart, but the kiting is so difficult because now there's slow traps, there's a Mountain King back who doesn't have mana right now, but just very difficult micro this entire time. SaiDe's been so behind for so long now, and all the bears are starting to get low. Is this the final straw? Can he hold on? He cannot lose all these bears, or else he's really not going to have much left at all. He's got to be attacking with these orbs, too. You need to attack with these orbs.
Just trying to run home, but he's just taking more and more damage. Only 3 bears he has are pretty much 1 shot away from getting destroyed, and that's going to be his chance of moving on. 55 supply against still 73 for the Great Wall, and the Knights are getting low, but the double orbs putting in some work, and now he's just going straight for the Archmage. Where's the Paladin? The Paladin doesn't have any mana. TP could be forced, and this could keep the Great Wall in this fight.
Oh,
Staff on
and
the
he saves the
Pit
Pit Lord. Incredible. And you know what's funny, actually? This fight's been going on for so long, the Dryads did not have mana for Abolish on those water elementals right there, despite having 3 Dryads. Instead, holds on, and what was I saying? The main bases are going to be dry soon. Less than a minute, or a little over a minute, rather.
How's the damage been done, though? I mean, this is 77 supply, and there's still, you know, 700 gold left in this mine, but like I said, the Great Wall still has the army, and now level 3 on the Paladin. He's got everything he needs.
Level 3 Paladin, level 3 Mountain King. Consider it just any way. Like, before you could fight because the heroes were low for SaiDe, or the heroes were low for the Great Wall, SaiDe could fight. But now it's like the Pit Lord is going to be bolted, Holy Lighted out of position. He's not going to get right clicks off.
Wand to the Wind as well. You can just lift that thing in the air. It's not going to do anything.
Yeah. It's very, very tough position. No Nature's Blessing still for SaiDe. He needs that. He needs that ready for the Tree of Eternity to move over immediately.
Oh yeah, it's a long walk.
Yeah, he doesn't have it still. He's gonna have to upgrade it at this point, after the gold mine's already out. I feel like he's gonna notice and he's gonna upgrade it after it runs out. Very unfortunate. Yet now he upgrades it, which isn't too late, honestly. But he's still gonna have to wait around for a bit.
Oh, and the
What's
red
the
camp.
expansion out? Oh my god, the expansion is at 900 gold for the Great Wall. He's got to get a 3rd base up.
Yeah, if he was at like 60 supply, I would say this is a lot closer, but the items are so good. Unholy Aura now for the Great Wall. I mean, the army is just really good.
Heroes
2/2
are
Knights.
insane too. Yeah, 5 soon to be 4/4. Like 5/4/4 could probably solo this Night Elf army, honestly. But SaiDe trying to buy time with Dryads and Treants, trying to kill some peasants, and levels would be great for him as well. Level 5 Naga, getting that Pit Lord, a couple of items, maybe from some creep camps, as I pointed out. Surprised, honestly, that Circlet hasn't even been passed yet to that Pit Lord. Just a little bit more damage would be great. And there's the 3rd expansion attempt from the Great Wall, who's got less than a minute left on his gold mine. Nature's Blessing is done, but not uprooted yet for SaiDe.
It just finished.
Okay. We just see how delayed it was. If this was preemptively upgraded, the Tree of Eternity would be rooted already at that expansion. And now there's no time to do so.
Oh, if the Great Wall actually positions in here, is there even a TP? No, he could actually position in between the tree, and there's no way that the SaiDe can move. Yeah, it's too late.
It would already be entangled probably by now, Ricky, if he didn't make that. It seems like a small mistake, but this would be mining, and you know what? The Great Wall, his expansion's being denied his 3rd base, and his expansion's about to run out. So maybe SaiDe holds, but now he's 0 economy versus 0 economy, and the supply difference is massive. 30 supply difference.
Wand of the Wind being used to dispel on the first Wand of the Wind, second one being used. Quickly dispelled again, and yeah, SaiDe wants to fight this. The priests have tons of mana, though. The dispel on the Howl of Terror going to be used right away. Actually, not being used right away, but still, these knights are just jumping all over these bears. 1 staff being used, and now he's got to fight in the main base, but I don't think that the Great Wall is going to let these 2 bears in.
Yeah, just keep attacking. That's all SaiDe can really do. Get these orbs in, get these cleave attacks in. He's using the Moon Juice as well as he can, but the Mountain King bolting everything, clapping everything. The trees are uprooted to try to hold. Will the Great Wall possibly overcommit here? But maybe he just has too much stuff. The expansion, by the way, has been completely stopped. There's no economy for the Great Wall. And he also has no gold left over. So if he does overcommit here, maybe there's a chance. But honestly, I don't see him overcommitting at all.
The expansion does get canceled as well, so both players aren't mining, so this is going to be the final fight of the game. 72 supply still for the Great Wall, 36 for SaiDe, but he still has these Orbs of Venom, and how much damage can you really get out of them? The Priests have full mana, the Sorks have full mana. I just think there's too much sustain here for this human army. Paladin, completely out of mana now, needs to go for heroes, and he could go for this Mountain King, who's very exposed.
Staff is on cooldown, Ricky, and there's no Holy Light, so you got to be careful. He's really just going for the kill now. Oh my god, and the priests are starting to fall. There's still the Tri-Hero. There's still the 3 Dryads left. So much is falling. There's almost a Stormbolt, though. Or no, there's not quite. There's that 1 Holy Light, and that is used Oh my, is the Great Wall... There's just 3 heroes left, but there's a lot of low units for the Great Wall, who's on 63 supply now. You can't lose any heroes, though, if you're SaiDe.
Yeah, the Pit Lord could be falling. He's definitely trying to target him. I think he's going to get this Pit Lord, trying to open a path and close the path for all these heroes. The Paladin gets entangled, but quickly...
Potion?
Oh my god, is he really going to keep this alive? This is a scrappy game. The Knights are getting low. The Tree of Eternity actually helping with the attack. This is crazy. Everything's so low for the human, and this is it. 61 supply, no mining. If SaiDe could hold here, this is going to be the greatest tower defense hold ever. Without towers, by the way. Oh, the Tree of Eternity could go down, and that is SaiDe's final chance of mining. I don't think you want to lose this. But now you need to do damage while he's targeting the tree.
Yeah, and the Moonstone was used because that's really the only healing he could afford. Okay, 25 against 61 supply. One Knight almost... See, SaiDe's getting so close to killing so many units, but he's just not quite doing so. Oh my god, he's going to get level 6 Keeper, possibly. Not off this water elemental,
I didn't
but
even
off a
think
couple
about
flying
that.
machines.
Tranquility will be huge.
Yeah, and one flying machine possibly could give it to him. Oh my god, so close. Okay, the expansion was finished, by the way, but it has not mined yet. So the clock is now ticking for SaiDe, but somehow he holds that. Somehow he holds that.
Unbelievable. Everything's really low as well for the human. I think SaiDe kind of wants to push here. AOW is going to go down before SaiDe gets here, but now it's going to be the Great Wall holding. Are you kidding me? And yeah, this Keeper getting level 6 is so low. There is a bolt, though. He could just bolt the Keeper.
Yeah,
and Invis Mountain King as well.
It's still so hard. Like, you know, the Great Wall, like, he didn't kill him there, but he still only lost about 10 supply in total. All right, then the nuke is going to come in. We're going to have a Tranquility, but there's no mana currently for it. And the Pit Lord is just taking so much focus fire. And GG well played is called. A nice try from SaiDe, but the Great Wall upsetting. Very well done. Applause to the Great Wall. Nicely done.
Yeah, that was really, really sick. What a series, man. I thought SaiDe was going to hold that. I actually would have wanted to see a bit more of that fight, but not going to happen. Is that a 2-0?
It's 2-0.
Wow.
Yeah.
Clean.
Yeah.
Clean
the
comeback.
human looking very good, yeah.
I did not peg SaiDe to get eliminated by the Great Wall in the loser match, but it looks like the Great Wall is going to be able to take it. He's going to be in the second seed, and wow, there you have it.
There you have it. That was a short one. Shortest group we've ever done, maybe, Rick?
2 quick ones.
2 quick ones.
That's it.